Welcome to The Beam, where curiosity stirs conversations, taking us a step further into the future we desire. Here we bring you the issues that matter, the voices that challenge, and the insights that inspire. I am Sunes Nathaniel, and now before we get into today's powerful conversation, let's bring you a spotlight. Stick with us. It promises to be a highly engaging conversation. We'll be right back. Don't go away. Our spotlight today focuses on smart energy use. The National Project Coordinator of the Energy Savers Nigeria, Mr. Adeniyi Adeboye, says Nigerians must begin to use energy more intelligently if the country is to overcome its deepening power crisis. Speaking during the launch of the Next Gen Energy Champions program in Abuja, Mr. Adeboye further emphasized that there is a need to train the coming generation on energy efficiency, clean energy practices, and sustainable advocacy.
For decades, Nigeria's energy conservation has revolved around generation, transmission, and distribution. While these are essential pillars, one area has consistently received less attention: energy efficiency. In a nation where demand frequently outstrips supply, the need to use energy more intelligently cannot be overstated. Energy efficiency is more than just switching off unused lights and appliances. It's about smart demand-side planning and management that can reduce energy costs for households, improve grid sustainability, and contribute to environmental sustainability also. As energy savers, we believe the next generation holds the key to embedding this culture of energy responsibility into our national DNA. This is the foundation of the Next Gen Energy Championship program. Through this initiative, we're embarking on a mission to train, equip, and inspire young Nigerians to become advocates, innovators, and leaders in the field of energy efficiency and sustainability.
All right, welcome back. Today we are shifting focus from the buzz of the city to the backbone of the nation, agriculture. While tech, trends, and elections, are making the headlines, they're dominating the news circle, there's a quiet crisis brewing in the fields. With me is a man at the helm of an organization that represents millions of Nigerian farmers, a veteran agricultural advocate, and he's now tasked with rebuilding trust, restructuring the system, and restoring dignity to the nation's food producers. He's the national president of the All Farmers Association of Nigeria, Dr. Farouk Mudi. Alhaji, you're welcome to The Beam.
Thank you very much.
All right. It's beautiful how we play around both Alhaji and Doctor.
No problem.
It's a beautiful thing.
Correct.
Okay, let's get into the conversation. We've been talking off camera and all that about why this conversation is important. First, I will congratulate you on the milestone achieved. Yeah, the recent one.
I appreciate.
Yes. So looking at your mandate, what does this new era, what does it look like for the organization under your leadership? What does it really look like? The strategies. What are you thinking about?
Thank you very much for that important question, because I believe that much of the problem we are having in food insecurity, really the fight in Afan really contributed a lot. Because if the farmers are not organized and we are disintegrated, the power that we can face our challenges, both on facing the finances at the government side, bringing investors, you understand, all of them, they have no way to come because of litigation. Nobody will want to invest his capital when there is litigation. So that was why I believe in these 4 years, farmers suffered a lot because of this fight that people are thinking is little. I was even thinking that even the government will come in between that fight at that time to make sure that farmers came together. Look at us, the All Farmers Association of Nigeria, being the apex body of all farmers group, that is commodity association, which are more than 82 commodity associations that are registered with CAC, which the AFAN is the voice of all the farmers and them. Because you cannot take a rice farmers president to go and start talking about the piggery farmers or the groundnut farmers. It's not possible. It's only All Farmers Association that can speak in one voice for the interest of the for the farmers in Nigeria. So that is it. And then by them not coming together, if there is any challenge that we can face government and so on, We cannot do that. So all our powers are disintegrated, and so that is why the farmers down, they are suffering. You can hear that the president is injecting money into agriculture, governments is injecting money, but you, the media, you all bear witness with me that the farmers, when you go down the earth, they tell you they don't see anything. Where does it go? So I believe that there is missing link, and I'm telling you, I stress that, I'm telling you, AFAN is the missing link, because it's the one to link between the government, investors, and the smallholder farmers. And believe you me, smallholder farmers is, whether we like it or not, they are the food basket of this nation, because they have no other business than that farming. Whether they have profit, whether they do anything, because they don't have anything to do. And bear with me that agriculture, whether we like it or not, is the highest employer of labor in this country. Look at what is happening all over with insecurity towards north and everywhere even. The Old Farmers Association, because we are in one place with Mieti Allah, the cattle yards, everybody is in that place. And when we were disintegrated, so when there is fight between the herders and the farmers, conflicts, nobody comes in between. Often we used to come in between to call if there is anything that, yes, a farmer says, okay, these cattle have eaten my crops. What we do normally, we bring the president of that cattle yards, we bring the farmers, then we now sit and settle them without even intervention of the government. We solve their problems. We've been doing that over 100 years. That has been happening. And there is route from Mali down to Port Harcourt. There is route where cattle are passing. And All Farmers Association of Nigeria is the one checkmating whether those routes are being eroded by other local governments, especially local governments staffs. When they allocate, they don't know those places. They allocate them. Cattle will pass, millions of cattle will pass from the north up to Port Harcourt. In coming back, all those roads were planted with crops. They can't fly. They cannot fly. So sometimes it's necessary that they have to eat. And when they eat, there is that fight. But when the Old Farmers Association of Nigeria, anywhere they pass it, we always go through. If any local government erode those places, we go and intervene and tell those governments that this place, there will be trouble. And we make sure that we record when we are telling them. And if there is anything, then we bring them in.
All right.
But because now nobody checkmates that, you understand? So they do whatever. So the conflicts, everything is there. So I stress and I tell you, AFAN is the missing link in that point. Because once we break in, nobody speaks about the farmers in general. So that is one thing. So now what we are trying to do, first of all, after this victory, I called upon all the commodity associations. We now sat down together with them. They come back there to their mother's room. We now are okay. We have settled. And all other stakeholders, we call them. So now our strength is full now. So we are ready and we are putting all our work plan to face our challenges. I'm telling you now, look at it. I don't want to talk about other institutions. Let me stay in my own. But however, it's necessary to cite an example. For instance, NLC, they have a very good power. You understand? Even if government says something, they want to make pressure to the government to turn around in their policies. When their population is less than 2% of the population of the country. When we are more than 70% of the population, but we are voiceless, we are powerless. So that is what is happening. We need to come back together and we need to put out politics, ethnic, or religion out of issue of agriculture if we want to succeed. And that is what we are trying to do. And that is what we are doing now. And thank God, everybody is tired. The moment we had this victory, everybody came in place. I am even surprised within the shortest limit of time, everybody is now happy. All our children, that is the commodity associations, are now coming back to the mother's room. so that now our powers, we can now face our challenges together.
It's good that you have gone straight a little more into some of the major conflicts around the nation when it comes to agriculture. So let's go back into the herders farmer clashes and the conflict. It's no more just like it's no more just a security issue. It's not just a small security. It's a real threat that continues to raise head from time to time. And so the question then becomes, you have already started highlighting it. How do we make sure that this is settled? How do we make sure that this is resolved? How do we manage it in this time, in this era? How do we make it better?
Yes, I can tell you we have a lot of ways to do that. However, when there is damage, so the damage control will not be as easy as anything. If I tell you to destroy this building, in one day you destroy it, but rebuilding it will take you some time. But we know the ways to do it, because since we are together with all the leaders, and remember that often structure starts from my humble self down to ward level, state chapters, local government, up towards structures. We all have those structures. And all issues are done at the ward level. And then for them, they are at the ward level. Like I was telling you, that these people, because of this fight, they were all not together again. So now that we reform them, we restructure them, they are all together. If there is any issue, we will inform the government, we will inform the security apparatus that this is what is going to happen. Something that is beyond our powers, you understand, that reconciliation cannot do. But we will sense it before it even initiated, ahead of time. And then we alert the security. And we will always note the time that we alert the security, so that if there is anything, we will now mention over the media that we have informed so person. If they are even involved, we will expose them. So the information, if you remove us, you cannot get the information. So the information will be right from the grassroots, because sometimes it happens in the night. What happened? Securities and so on, they are not gods. You understand? They have to get information. So information starts and initiated from us. And so that is why now we are reforming all our structures from the state level, local government, and all level. Look at the strength of AFAN. Only our executive members, from my humble self down to world level, ESCO members, I have 103,000 executive members. Looking at the strength of AFAN. And in our database, we have over 50 million now. And we want to reach...
So again, you have over 15 million. That's 50 million registered farmers?
Registered farmers. And we are still registering. It's real time. We will have to get to that 80 million. By the time we voice anything, it goes round. And of course, we need to have the help of the media, because if we do not enlighten the media on what is going on, because everything we can do it in our own room, but to escalate it, we have to use the media. That is why we have to use you. And if the media do not understand, what is it? The nation does not only belongs to the president or myself. It belongs to everybody. If there is conflict issue, and then the prices of food and the scarcity of food keep escalating, it affects you and it affects everybody. Maybe it will affect me less because I farm my own food. Even if I don't sell, I will eat. So that is it. So definitely we have a lot of ways that there are some security things that cannot be voiced out over the media.
All right. It's good you have gone into food. And for me, who might not be farming, I would go hungry if I don't get somebody to sell to me. But you see, with these inputs that are skyrocketing, and we're seeing farmers for maize production and all that, they're abandoning the farms, with security inputs and all these things. How can government, what would government do at this time, to step into support? And how are we making that push? What are the direct things we might be doing? And I mean, AFAN in this case, what are we doing to make sure that we're keeping these people back in the farms? Because they are the ones that can feed the nation. If the nation is not well fed, then we'll go out of, existence, basically.
Yes, just that, like the wise men said, any nation that cannot produce its own food can never stand the test of time. Actually, is very, very alarming to know that the inputs that we are using in farming, the prices are skyrocketing. You understand the high cost of inputs, fertilizer, and what have you. Even the issue of mechanization, everything goes high. How can the prices of commodity coming down because of the license that the government has provided to import some food to Nigeria, like rice and maize, and then the farmers are complaining? Yes, of course, they have to complain, because you cannot go on business that you know that there is no profit and you are losing and you still continue to do it. It's not possible and it's not wise. However, at this point, I can say I have seen some journals that they are pushing the blame of the government only, and then we have to be fair to all parts. We have to be fair to the government side, and we have to be fair to the farmers' angle. We are at the middle. What happened? There was tense pressure on the government. I know that there is hunger in the country. People are dying. People cannot feed themselves. People cannot afford to buy foods, and so on. So that thing pressurized the government to give out license, to have like a cushion to public. You understand? And if you come out, because I'm a farmer, and come out publicly and said, no, I start abusing the government, why did you give the license? The common man that cannot feed himself once, even in a day, if I go out here, they will stone me. Definitely, because what they see is what provides on their table. So they need to have something that is affordable. So government has to look under pressure to that angle. But at that time when they gave out that license, it was the time that we often were in that litigation.
All right, let's hold it there, because we're going to be taking a break. And when we come back, we'll continue from that thought. You're watching The Beam, a place where the old is reckoned with, the future is interrogated, and power is held to purpose. Stay with us. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back. If you're just joining us, I'm in conversation with the National President of the All Farmers Association of Nigeria, Dr. Farouk Moody. And we're unpacking the realities of Nigeria's food system and who's really farming our future. Let's continue that conversation.
Okay, thank you.
Let's continue from where you stopped,
Right.
where we're talking about the pressure on the government side to give out a certain license. What license is that first?
To import rice and
for the importation of rice and maize.
And maize,
and then
exactly.
it started affecting the farmers.
The farmers, because the prices of that food dropped, while there is increase in prices of inputs that they are using to produce those things. So they have to go out of the business. But I was even saying that at that point when government had that pressure, they have to do that, you understand, because they have to hear the cry of the citizen. Because they cannot stay and see their citizens dying because of hunger. So they have to do that. But at that time when they did that, there was nobody to touch. That was, if you take back to my earlier discussion, because often is the missing link. We would have sit down with the government. We can even ask government to throw the challenge to us that why can't you feed this nation? With all the potential that God has given us, be it land resources, water resources, weather, human resources. We have everything to produce for Nigeria and even to export and to even make agriculture hold our own GDP. So at that level, we would have called, then we will now tell the government, if you can do A, B, C, then we'll finish it up. We can produce at those prices because we cannot sit down and be providing labor to other countries that are even lower in population than us when we are battling with the unemployment youth. Look at them, the snatching funds and so on and so forth. When we have everything to give them through agriculture, be it direct or indirect, there are some for marketing, other services, and so on. And if you look at all this youth that they are coming to even town, they are migrating from the rural areas. When they have job to do there, we have the land, we have everything to provide to them that they can sustain themselves business-wise under agriculture. But because there is nothing there to do, then they have to migrate. And I'm telling you, if care is not taken, even the urban cannot be habitable for all of us. Because the moment they are coming in all the time, it will not be
It's
easy
not sustainable.
for all of us. So we are calling upon the government to come sit down with the right people. We are the farmers. I know no business than farming. We sit down, we know the problems at the lower level. I started from the smallholder farmers. I started planting from half acre. That was my first. When I go into farming, 4.5 bags, then I grow up to 1,000 bags. And that is the only business I do. And so we know from the scratches what the farmers want, what the farmers need, what are they to do to bring out those food. And we know all the comparative advantages of all the states that we can do this, and it's profitable here, it's not profitable there. So we can do that in that place also, that there are things that are not profitable here. But now, because there is no leadership, everything is doing haphazardly.
Wow, that's a lot to unpack. I'm going to come back to that question a bit, but let's go to something that it's been really troubling when it comes to recent conversations and agriculture. That's the genetically modified organisms, the GMO. It's been troubling.
Yeah.
So the question then becomes, what happened to our seeds? Why do we need seeds that are genetically modified? Are they harmful to the people? How is that affecting the farmers? You know, in the general scope, agriculture-wise, where do we stand when it comes to GMO? What really needs to happen?
Actually, always, if we are traveling, we start with a step. However, bringing GMO at this time when we don't even enlighten the farmers, because GMO, if I'm going to plant GMO, I need to know what is that GMO, a common farmer. We have to enlighten them. They have to be selective. They select either the GMO or this. They should have the right to do that. You understand? And also GMO, what people are fearing is that that seed, you cannot plant it again. And so we have to depend on those countries bringing, or those investors bringing the GMO, and they will control. If they control the seed sector, then they control the entire agri sector. Because if they increase the prices that we cannot even afford, we have to get money or borrow money to go and afford that, or else we'll go out of business. There is something that other people are saying, if you plant GMO here, that you cannot plant any other one apart from GMO. No, it's not true. You can plant your own. But if you are getting today 100,000 as your salary, and you are okay with it, you are contented. The moment I start giving you 10 million naira salary, if I draw you back
again
to that 100,000, you will not be comfortable. You will not be contented. You will be scattered. You understand? So that is it. The GMO will give you more output. You understand? And then you forgot yours. The day you cannot buy that GMO, then you are going back there. Then you are seeing that as you are producing nothing. And that is it. So I think it's a good thing that if you bring the GMO, tell the farmers how the GMO is. Tell the farmers give them the right to either select the GMO or not. And even the consumer, you have to tell him that this is the GMO, this is not the GMO. Let's see how we select. I'm throwing this because we need to allow our people. I don't want to be at the side of the people or the side of the government on this GMO issue.
So you're saying Nigerians need to decide?
Decide, exactly. Need to decide and need to agree. You understand? We need a lot of sensitization on that, and then we need to be enlightened more on that too. You understand?
All right, Dr. Farouk, I want to thank you. It's very enlightening that you came on the set today. It's very enlightening. Thank you very much. I'm guessing we will continue this conversation soon, very soon.
Thank you very much. I appreciate receiving me.
All right, that's it on The Beam today. We'll be leaving you with our top 5 videos of the week. I am Soonest Nathaniel, and as always, we urge you, stay curious, stay informed, stay engaged, and keep beaming your light where it matters the most. May this country continue to rise and flourish. Bye for now.
This week, we begin our countdown with a video in which an APC chieftain asserts that the Northerners will not vote Peter Obi to import alcohol into Nigeria.
Who else do you think would defeat Asiwaju in 2027? Who? Peter Obi? That was on your program, saying he wants the North to support him and trust him. In the same program, he is celebrating building breweries in Anambra State and being the biggest importer of alcohol. And he wants the North to vote for him. We will vote for a president that will import alcohol in the North.
Coming forth on our list is a news clip in which we see the Aviation Minister, Festus Keyamo, ordering the NCAA to place popular musician Kwam on a no-fly list. In third place, we see politician Peter Ame assert that Mr. Peter Obi has conquered greed, and as such, Nigerians should go to him for mentorship. In second place, popular Fuji musician Kwam apologizes over Abuja airport incident.
Somebody like me should not be found in such incidents. I accept responsibility and not feeling.
And in first place on our countdown this week, we meet the youngest chief in the history of Yoruba land, crowned at 5.
I am an highly respected chief in Yoruba land. So when you see me, you say Karoleo, meaning is strength be unto you.
That's it on our countdown today. Join us next week for more.